good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
All right. For so many years now, I wanted to donate my organs. I felt like it was a good thing to do. You know what I mean? I am revved up about it. I know you got to have an operation. I know some of the stuff. I don't know everything, but I do know that this is something near and dear to my heart. I know people that done it. I know even people that may have been questioning it or scared of it, but I was like on a roll to go, and I was that close to some people talk me out of it. I can't believe it. They made me nervous. They made me scared. And now I just couldn't do it. But then I had to call this, let me see, just to give me some clarity. What do they call it? A transplant whisperer. They call her the woman, the whisperer of dialysis. She's the one. What was her name? Leaky, Lily, Lynette. Lucia, no, Lisa, because this is the Lisa Baxter Show, giving you the 411 in the kidney world. Hello. Do I see you out there? I think I see you now. Yes. I left my reading glasses in there, and these are the seeing ones. Guys, welcome to the Lisa Baxter Show. I have a great guest for you. I cannot wait to tell you something about him. But just before I do, I got a couple of things to say. One of the things I want to thank National Kidney Foundation. They are having their 75th year. And I wanted to say happy anniversary to them. And I wanted to also let you know that the kidney month and the kidney day and everything is in March. So don't forget that. Put that on your calendar. Okay. I just have just a few things to say. I want you guys to see one of my new canes. Woo! Isn't that something? And my walker is right next to me. You can't see that walker now, but you know I always give them names and stuff like that. Okay, all right. I want you to see the walker. I wanted you to see some of my Christmas gifts. And this is from Tawana. And this is from Melody, who I call Melzy Welzy. Yes. And for my birthday, thank you, Taryn. Taryn is my sister. Oh, we went out to eat after I went to work, and then I went to church. But who knew when I went to church that Archbishop Rochford and New Life Cathedral is going to just shower, put money at my feet. I told them, oh, y'all don't got to do that. I started to cry and everything, but no, they had to put all of the money and stuff at my feet. I cried like a baby. It was a blessing to them. Okay. What is next, Lisa Baxter? What is next? Well, the other day I felt inspired and I saw these prayer cards which have scriptures on it, and it was at Dollar Tree. That is cute or what? And they have all kinds. All right. Be merciful to those who doubt. Jude, what is that? 1:22. All right. Isn't that something? That's another thing. I tried these methylated vitamins that Timothy Sutton, my nephew, who's in the medical field, nurse practitioner, who's on dialysis now recently, so told me about these. And they are very nice. They're very good. And we're doing well with it so far. Okay, last but not least. Well, not really last but not least, but the kidney cord I will be taping the kidney cord on the 8th of February on a Saturday. So if you're an actor or an actress and you may want to play a part, speaking or non-speaking, talk to a sister, hit a sister up. And this is a cup that I had made. I did leave the flyers back there. Okay, you can't remember everything, but it has my three books. Even though I wrote seven, this cup has my three books, and it says, "Explore the creative mind of Lisa Baxter through her books." And it has Melzy Takes Dialysis to Show and Tell. It has Through the Eyes of a Dialysis Patient and Gritty Gets a Kidney. How about that? Whoop, whoop. All right, all right, all right. Thank you, Samantha, also for giving me something for lunch. What you giving me money for lunch, and it went along with what the church gave me. That was over $300. So I got plans for that money. How about that? But I will not hold you any longer or any further. There should be nothing else to announce or say, but I'm very happy and I'm very excited to have this young man. I met him at the National Kidney Foundation when we were there together about 2 weeks ago, but we will talk a little bit more. But I would like to introduce Mr. Daniel Emerson. He's a National Kidney Foundation director, but he works in marketing. He's a hero. He's a giver. He's a donor. How about that? Welcome, 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 Daniel, to the Lisa Baxter Show. Woo!
Ooh, thank you so much for having me, Lisa. I'm really happy to be here.
I'm glad to have you in more ways than one. You're savvy with the laptop and the computer, and you was helping us behind and in front and taking notes. How about that? Thank you, Rimathea. That's my niece, Dr. Rimathea Lavon Webster. Mwah. Okay, we're gonna roll into it and we're gonna get into it because you got to know something about this guy. All right. Soon as I met him, I wanted to know more. How about that? Okay, now we're gonna go a little further back, not that far, but what did you do before you came to work for the National Kidney Foundation? What were you doing?
Yeah, since I left college, I've been working in sort of like the healthcare sphere my whole life. I've worked at WebMD, I worked at, other like health-based organizations like that. And it was fine. They were good jobs. But it wasn't until I started with the National Kidney Foundation that I like really fell in love with like patients and speaking with donors and dialysis patients. Like those other jobs in the past, you're sitting behind a desk, you don't actually get to meet anybody. But like the second I started the National Kidney Foundation, I had patients coming up to me, telling me their life story, just give me a big hug, asking me questions. It was just like this sense of community was fantastic. And I was like, I'm never gonna leave this place. So yeah, I've been at NKF for six and a half, almost 7 years now. Yeah, and I'm not leaving until they kick me out. So I'm happy to be there.
Wow, wow. Well, okay. The job you do now there was the same job 6 years ago, or was it a different job, or it led up to something? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to what I've done in the past. So basically, what I do is I take all of the resources, the information, basically everything that NKF has to offer for kidney patients, and it's my job to make sure it gets out there to the patients. Mostly, I do it through social media. We have so many I don't even know the number of social accounts that we have because we have our national ones, our local ones, but it's my job to make sure that all those great resources like NKF peers and transplant information that all gets out to people. If they have questions, they send it to us, we get them answers. So it's really having that like one-on-one with the kidney community.
Okay. Wow, wow. Well, okay. I'm gonna pause and go this way a little bit. You walk in the door, if you have to walk in the door, because I know some people work from home, or some people have days they work from home and days they were in the office. Because I'm allowed to work from home, but I'm in the office. I'm in there 5 days a week. I need to get out sometime, and I just have to go. But if you had to walk in the door, you walked in the door. What is your day like there? Would you
Yeah,
say?
my day is basically having all of the new pieces that we're working on, every new patient story, every new like NKF Live, any kind of webinars that we have, it gets sent to me, and it's my job to clean it up, get it ready to go out on social media, and then I'm just sending the content out to people. We also run like a podcast to if you guys haven't listened to it, it's called Hot Topics for Kidney Health. It's a
Wow.
fantastic podcast. We almost hit 100,000 listeners, which I'm very excited about because it started as this small thing and then it blew up. But yeah, basically, it's my job to get stuff out on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and make sure that dialysis patients, transplant recipients, everybody's getting the information that they need. Because the kidney community is so many different directions. You have people
Yes.
with kidney disease, you have caregivers, you have doctors, like there's so many branches and it's tough, but we make sure that whatever is important to that community is getting to that person.
Wow. So that means you send things to the dialysis centers. You may, I don't know if you send it to the patient's email or mail it, or how do you send it? But I know it's probably a way to get it because I know you guys have magazines. Y'all run magazines also. Y'all have, things like that. And a lot of the kidney places have their own newspaper, newsletters, and stuff like that. Because there's so many ways to get it out there, not just
Yeah,
social media, but even word of mouth. So wow, wow. So you get it out there to the doctors and stuff too, and that's good because sometimes I'm on the other side of it. I'm a health campaign manager and a social worker, but when I was on dialysis almost 13 years and stuff, I can understand if a doctor may have had a difficult time with us and they needed a program like the National Kidney Foundation or one of the others out there to offer some of the patients. Some patients don't know about any of it. And you're
yeah,
like, what? So I calculated a list and I gave them everyone that I know. I joined all of them so I can be a help to them, learn about them, even the things that's not wrong with me, like the lung association, the diabetes. I developed diabetes later through some medicine, but the diabetes association, the blind association. I'm not blind. I wear glasses, but I'm blind. But so stuff stuff like that. But this is great. I like what you do and how you get it out there because some people they need you to get it out there. It's an important job. Now
absolutely.
I'm glad to hear about this because I'm going to get at that superhero job, but I'm just messing with you. But I can't help myself. Oh God, help me. You know, I tell you now. You don't have kidney disease or any kidney issues, right?
No, I've never. My brother had a kidney blockage growing up. It never ended
Mhm.
up becoming kidney disease, but that was the only, kidney health scare in my family. So my family's been lucky enough to not, which is rare to have that many people not have any type of kidney disease or risk of kidney
Yeah.
disease. But no, luckily enough, I never had it.
Now, when he got the blockage, how old was he, and what was the first thing that went through you guys' head or your parents' head, if you know? Because things happen to children too. I've seen children on dialysis. They have babies on dialysis. I've known kidney disease personally, up and personal, and some people in my family have polycystic kidney disease as well, and other things, nephrotic syndrome. There's a whole bunch of them out there. Don't get me started naming them. What was the scare or the thing that went through you guys' head? Because anything that the doctors tell you, oh, you got this or you're dealing with
Yeah.
it's a
It
bullet.
was
Mhm.
It was really scary. He was 3 at the time, so he was very, very young. And my parents, they had a difficult time with it. Obviously he was having trouble going to the bathroom, and he had pain. And he eventually had to get a surgery to clear the blockage. So it was a scary time because we never really had any big health scares in our family. Luckily enough, we'd all been pretty healthy, so it was definitely a shock. And he had to
Mm.
be in the hospital for I think a few weeks after that, just to make sure that he was okay, just because he was so young. But the surgery was a complete success, and they've checked his kidney health repeatedly since then, I believe, and he's been really good.
Oh,
So
that's great.
yeah, he has
That
a small scar, but that's nothing compared to, what could have happened.
wow. Yeah, because children, they try to make things a little easier for the kids, the way they, are dressed and how the floor is and everything. It calms them down to keep them calm, in that type of atmosphere. Because one thing I learned about children, when they see that white coat, they don't have to know how to read or anything, just like they know the ice cream man, the sound of the thing. They are smart and they
Yeah,
are hip to what you're trying to do. They're like, wait, is that white coat?
exactly.
I remember the last time I, you know.
He
I'm,
said that too. He says he has white coat syndrome. He gets that like that fear when he sees a doctor now. He's like, oh my gosh. I mean, he's been really healthy since then, but yeah, I can't imagine. And he obviously he had a tough time with it as a kid. He didn't know what was going on. He was too young to really understand.
mm.
But yeah, we're very lucky that he's been great
Well,
since.
that's great. Well, how old is he now, if you don't mind me asking?
Now he is 30. He just turned 30. Yeah.
Wow,
And he's doing,
years
I mean,
ago.
he's probably one of the healthier people in our family. He exercises, he eats well.
Mm.
He's been doing, he married a doctor, so I think that helps. But he's, yeah,
He ain't
but
scared.
he's,
That's scared of the white coat. He mad at the white coat. Come on
yeah,
here.
maybe not that white coat. But he's been doing
It's
great. He's
probably a beautiful
super
white
healthy.
coat. You know. Oh, well, bless him.
Yeah,
Congratulations to him and his wife. You know
yes,
what I mean?
absolutely.
Congratulations to them both. And I'm sure they're proud of you. I don't know if you get to do anything with them because I know I try to incorporate my family and a lot of this stuff. And I know some of it scares them, and some of them, like, oh God, not kidneys again, type of thing, or another kidney thing, a kidney story, this and that. But look, kidney disease and stuff is hitting under a rock. You got to do things to pull it out and put it out there. So if I have
Absolutely.
to do a rap or a song or whatever I got to do to get it out there, you know what I mean? I'm going to
Yeah.
do it, and that's what I've been doing for over 20 years or more. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
like that
Too
you
many people don't even know what the kidney does. Like it's scary. It's like it's an important organ in your body. Most people have two. Like you should at least know what they do. But I when I told my family I was working at the National Kidney Foundation, that one of the major questions I asked was, "What does a kidney do? How many kidneys do you have? Where's the kidney?" And I was like, "This is important stuff. Like you got to take care of your kidney health. So many people are at risk of kidney disease. Like it's important to make sure you kind of know that you're staying healthy."
You do got to know these things, you know what I mean? That's why when I worked in the Head Start and daycare programs, I started reading books to them, doing little lessons, and the teachers let me come in. I was their social worker for the family, but they let me come in because I said this needs to get out there and be out there. And I used to make some little song, "There's your kidneys right in here. And it keeps your blood really clean." And I said, "How many kidneys are there?" They say two. I said, "What do they do? Clean your blood." You know how they talk loud. I like, "That's like spit blood." What does it look like? It's this, you know. But what really was impressive to me is one of the children walked up to me and they told their mother, they said, I mean, "Lisa, that's a fistula, right? Because that's what I have in my arm." And
Yeah.
they said, "That's a fistula," because I told him that. He's only 3. His mother said, "Stop that, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about." He said, "Lisa." That's a fistula. I said, "Yes, it is." He said, "I told you, mommy." And I like laughed. I wanted to, I didn't know that they took so much in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that same place, we have a blind doll, a doll in a wheelchair, because they had to see different things about children, that things can happen to children. So you may see a child with a broken leg or a child, in a wheelchair. They want to show you that. So even though kidney disease is a different type of disability, it's still a disability.
Yeah.
So gotta put it out there. But I know something about you, that you are a hero,
Uh,
and that you took the chance to give somebody an organ. You're not scared. People are, they run scared. I have 4 people tell me, "Oh, girl, I'm gonna get you that organ. Oh, child, I'm gonna give it up to you." They ran and got scared, but I respected that they wanted to. And I knew they
Yeah.
would get scared because I was a little shaken up and I'm on the other side, so
Yeah. It's a big
but
thing.
you
I'm
But
sorry.
you, man, if I could put an S on your chest, woo, Superman, I
Thank you.
would do it. How is it that you became this hero? Tell us about
Yeah, it's something I'd always thought about. Like since I started at NKF, talking about getting those resources out there, I read them too, and I see just how, it's a relatively safe procedure. It doesn't really affect your health in the long run to donate a kidney. So it's something that I sort of always had in the back of my mind. And it actually wasn't until my son was born that I thought to myself, like, I had a son, he in 2022. He's two and a half
Mhm.
now, and
Mhm.
I like I love being a dad. It's the best thing in the world. If I talk about him too much, I'm gonna start to cry. But he is just the most amazing thing. And I remember thinking, I couldn't imagine if I had a health scare and I needed someone to give me a kidney, like what would happen if I lose time with him? Like I couldn't even imagine that. And I thought like it's a simple enough thing to do, and let me at least like see if I can. Let me start the test, see if I'm like eligible because some people aren't. And I don't exercise as much as I should. I'm not the best, I'm not as healthy as I could be. So I thought, you know what, I'll try it. They'll probably tell me I'm not going to be able to, and then it'll fall away. But they said that I was healthy enough, and I was like, you know what, let me do it now. He's at the time
Wow.
he was two, and I thought, I have family nearby. They can help kind of take care of him when I'm sort of recovering. Why not do it now? So I went ahead with it, and yeah, and I'm the best decision I ever made. I feel just as good as I did before the surgery. And I just sort of have that knowledge that like out there somewhere someone has my kidney and hopefully they're doing well with it. It's their kidney now. It's not even my kidney anymore. And hopefully that they're thriving. So
But wait, no, I'm just kidding. Beautiful. What a gift. What a gift. Now you did this thing, right? But before you did it, I think you had was spoken to by some people. Or some people tried to talk you out of it or was worried or scared for you. Tell us what that was like.
yeah, most of my family and friends were supportive. They were like, you know what you're doing, we trust you. I did have my mom specifically was not 100%. And I get it. If it's your baby and he's going in for like right, he's going in for like a surgery he doesn't need to have to get rid of an organ. Like that's a scary thing up front. And so she was not happy about it. She kept saying, "I trust you, but I don't know how I feel about this." And so what I did is I literally sat her down and I went through the research with her and I said, this is the chance of risk, this is the chance of, blah blah blah. And it made her feel a lot better. And I think what really helped, to be honest, was I did it through the National Kidney Registry. So like her biggest question was, what happens if you need a kidney when you get older? Your brother had kidney problems. What if you get kidney disease and now you only have one kidney? Like, what are you going to do? And because I did it
Hmm.
through the National Kidney Registry, now, if I ever need a kidney one day, I move higher up the list because I had donated and we kind of did it through them. And I think that helped her a lot. I think kind of having that reassurance
Oh,
made her
and they
feel,
throw you at the top. I like that.
well, yeah. And I was lucky enough, I was able to put a few family members down too if they ever need kidneys. So I put her, I put my brother in case he has a kidney problem. I put my son, and I put my husband, and I put my sister-in-law, just a couple of other people. If they ever need a kidney one day, that they can move up. And I think that helped her out. She was like, you know what? He has the reassurances. He has kind of like the safety net. I think he's going to be fine. And then so she was on board with it. And then after the surgery, she pretends like she was totally okay with it the whole time. She was like, "Oh yeah, my son donated his kidney. It's fantastic." I'm like,
Yeah.
"All right, you were singing a different tune a couple months ago, but as long as she's okay with it now."
When you came out of it,
Yeah,
who throw the balloons and the confetti once you come out of it? Before that, it was like, ah, woo, pray, So yeah, that's understandable, that's
yeah.
understandable, But you did this thing, and how was your recovery with this?
It was a little tough at first. It wasn't. It hurt, I had some pain for a few weeks, but it was more of like an annoying pain. Like it didn't hurt like that I was like in agony, but it was more
Mhm.
like every time I turned or something, I would just like feel a little extra. So I basically took every pillow in the house and I built like a structure on the bed and I stayed perfectly still so I didn't have any pain. So that was a little tough. I also couldn't lift my son, which that's tough when your son is holding his arms up to pick you up. I kept saying I
Oh
couldn't do it.
yeah, he wants you. Mhm.
Yeah, it was tough, but like we had family nearby. They were coming over all the time to kind of help out the house, and it got, obviously working at the National Kidney Foundation, they understood that I would need time off and they supported me every step of the way. So, as time went on, I started to get stronger. I could walk a little further. And then I'd say maybe after like 4 weeks, I felt like right back to myself. Like I could walk around normally. The scar had fully healed up and everything. And yeah, and ever since then, and sometimes I even like forget that it happened because it's just I feel so normal now. Like I thought something would feel different. I thought maybe I would feel even lighter just because a kidney was taken out, but I feel exactly the same. And yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, because there are people out there that they don't know, what, how long the operation is. And I know when my husband had surprised me to to get tested. I didn't know he was getting tested. I was doing my thing in a whole nother room. He happened to take me there and he got tested and he was a perfect match. But he had some kind of health issue that went on, that a valve in his heart, and it caused him not to give it to me, but he was a perfect match. But I remembered when him and my archbishop talked me into going on the list or getting the kidney. You know what I mean? A lot of my family didn't want me to take the operation because we had lost a lot of family members, and and stuff. And I'm like, the same God that kept me on dialysis all of those years, and I could have been dead or died on that machine, is the
Yeah,
same God that's going to take me through this. I said, I've been here a long time. I was the advocate in the place. I just need, I'm tired of going. I
yeah,
am tired of going. I had it in the neck, the chest, the groin. I am just tired of going and I can't, you can't stop. So you got to
yeah,
have to do something to fix it. You know what I mean? I just wish why people hear what you did, that perfect gift, that they would either know more about giving the gift so they'll have more knowledge about doing it or more
yeah,
understanding about doing it if they do it. You know what I mean? I remember one thing I forgot to say in my skit that I wrote was that the people said, if I'm on the list, they're going to steal my organs. And when I go to the hospital, they find I'm a donor and they're going to steal my organs. And I said, dog, Lisa, you forgot that. But I was so excited. I had to go to the bathroom again, all this crazy stuff. I'm like, Lisa, you're forgetting things, you know what I mean? And I'm skipping even around on my paper, which is all right too. How about that? But
yeah.
I usually have a pretty clipboard. I never found that since I moved in here. But but I like that you were like cool, calm with it. You know what I mean? Even when we had met at the event where we were being interviewed and stayed, the 4 hours to do the film, you was calm with your story. I remember I think we were eating lunch or whatever we was eating, and we just started talking right
Yeah.
away and then I said, oh, I got to interview you. Now look how fast I did it. I didn't know it would be this fast or quick, but I am glad that you wanted to do it. And you and the doctor that I had met and a few other people, the people that were filming us, I even wanted them or even hired them to do a project, but I guess they can't do that. But I still, anybody that's helping us or doing things to get stories out there, that's something important. That's
Yeah,
important, for, somebody to know these people is doing this or, shine a light on it. You know what I mean? Something. You know what I
absolutely. I
mean?
mean, those stories are the most important. Like I can throw facts out, I can throw numbers at people, but it doesn't hit the same as when you actually hear from somebody and they talk about being a kidney patient, being a living donor, like actually having that like seeing a person, like seeing a person in front of you telling their individual story. Every kidney patient has such a different story, but they're
Mhm,
all the same in that, or at least with transplant recipients, in that I needed a transplant. I got a transplant, and
mhm.
knock on wood, if it worked out, I now have more time at life. Like every transplant recipient I've spoken to, they've never said like, "Oh, I want to live 5 years longer. I want to live 10 years longer." Every transplant recipient I heard was always something like, "I got the chance to see my grandkids get married." Or I got the chance to meet my grandchildren. Like that's what they talk about. And like that's why it's so important. Like that really puts like a human face to it, and that's so important. Like that's what it is. I didn't have to, you said hero. I didn't have to do much. I took a nap. I went to a hospital. They put me with anesthesia. I took a
That's
nap.
a-
That's all I had to do. But now this person, like the small moment that I had to do is so like what they get out of it is so much bigger. And I think that's why it's so important to like we really got to get it out there to just anybody who's even considering it. Like look at the facts, look at who you could be helping. You can give people like a huge chunk of their life that they might not get the chance to get. So yeah, it's really important.
You have people that really need the transplant. I mean, I wasn't in dire straits. I was just tired of going to dialysis. But you got people out there that's in dire need. You know what I mean? Have different problems, and then you have people like that, and plus they having a hard time getting a transplant. And then a
Yeah.
lot of times you got to get approved for the transplant if you overweight or underweight, or you're not going to dialysis like you're supposed to. You're not taking care of yourself. It's hard to give a person a kidney because a kidney is very important. Now, you get a person get like that, you're gonna have to take care of it. Now, if you
Yeah.
show me you're not taking care of yourself, period, I don't know if I can give you this kidney. You know what I mean? Or if anybody gonna take a chance on doing this. But I tell you the truth, because I've seen people get the kidney and just like they didn't care, they went to the salad bars, and I'm like, "What you doing? You hated dialysis when we were here together. What are you doing? Stop that!" You know,
Yeah.
and they just went buck wild. You know what I mean? That's one of the things I say in my comedy show at Kidney Court. You get to sue a person for having bad health, or it's a joke, but it's real at the same time because you really care about this person. So you
Yeah.
drag them to court so the judge will make them do right. You know what I'm saying? And if too bad life is not really like that, but that's just to give you food for thought or an idea. You know, but you wrote a letter to your transplant person. I wrote one too, even though I've never got to meet him who gave me his mom's organ, his
Hmm.
kidney. So, what? How was that when you wrote your letter? Your process, or if you know any words or remember anything, you can say any names. I know we don't really get to know who they are anyway.
Sure. Yeah, I wrote it actually. Most people write it before they go in for the surgery, but just with like because the tests and everything happened so quickly, I just completely didn't have the time to do it. So I did it a few days after I donated, and basically I didn't know what to say because I'll be honest, like they have my organ now, like I can say that I want to meet them, but like they don't need to meet me. They have what they need. Their job now is to live the best life they
Beautiful.
need. So I basically said to them, I was like, I hope, I said it in I think the first sentence was like, this is your kidney now. Like it's out of my hands. I hope this gives you a longer life. I hope this helps you live a more fulfilling life. I also said, in it, I was like, I work for the National Kidney Foundation. If you ever need tips, help, resources, anything like that, reach out to me. I just want to make sure you're doing okay. I would just also love to know like who you are, that it's working. I definitely rambled in the letter. I did not think it through. I didn't give it a second draft. I just rambled and rambled and
For the
rambled.
draft. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
know.
didn't I was you know what? I was still too in like surgery brain. I was all foggy. But I was like, if you ever want to meet, like I would love to meet you and just see that you're doing okay. And so I sent it out and yeah, it's been 7 months. I haven't heard back. Sometimes, they don't want to reach out. I totally understand if as long as they're doing okay. At least I know that much. I know that their surgery was a success. So
Mm,
that's I'm good. Um,
wow.
but if they ever do want to meet, like I'm eager to meet with them and speak with them. So yeah,
Hey, I know that's right. I'm open. I'm
yeah.
open. Let me, my hero, my hat off to you and you and whoever brave enough to do this. I'm a donor. If God forbid anything happened to me, I do have a donor's card and things like that. You might not want my eyes, I can't hardly see. But the rest of me is fine except for the kidneys. So I guess they'll do research or something with my three kidneys, because they're three in there, and I call my kidney Hannah. And I named my kidney Hannah because my husband and I, we always wanted to have children, and we tried, and we had so many miscarriages and stuff like that. But so I had to name the kidney Hannah.
Oh,
And
I
that
love
even
that.
the doctors call my kidney Hannah, you know.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's what I wanted to name my daughter. Hannah. No, my husband, he picked that name Hannah for a daughter, and I picked Ephraim for a son. So we still always say Hannah and Ephraim, Hannah and Ephraim. So when I had that, I said, this kidney is Hannah right here.
Oh, I
So
love that. That's beautiful. I just called mine Dan Jr. I didn't think of anything clever. So that's the best I got. But no, I love that.
Well, hey, it's something. It's something. It's personal, and you have to make it personal, and it really is personal. That nobody to do this is not an easy thing, even to receive it. Because sometimes that's why they give you the psychiatrist to talk to, or the therapy, all of this
Mhm.
stuff before you get it. I'm not even talking about running on that, what you call it, and your heart being checked. You go through a lot of different stuff for the one that's getting it and for the one that's giving it. You know what I mean? But it's a blessing for anybody, whichever way you get. It's a blessing to get it, and it is a blessing for somebody to give it.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and you want to do that, you do your thing. If you want to do it while you're here, or if you want to do it when you know uh, feel free. You know what I mean? I don't twist your arm or make you do it or anything like that. Much love to you. Lisa Baxter love you now. Now, I'm sure you love you too, right, Dan?
Oh, I love it. Absolutely. As soon as I met you, and you said be on my show, I was like 100%. Like you seem fun. I would love to be on this show. So yeah, it was a sold.
Oh, and you love them out there too. You know what I mean? Now,
Yeah.
Dan, let me tell you something. If somebody was thinking or contemplating, I want to give this kidney, I want to give another organ. Hey, there's other organs in the body. Pick one. I want to give this organ, but I'm scared, or I want to give this organ and I'm not sure, or I don't know what to do. Bam! What would you say to them?
I would say go to kidney.org. Go to kidney.org/living donation. We have facts, we have patient stories, we have everything that you could possibly need. You can also talk to someone at the NKF. Call NKF peers, or sorry, NKF cares. Speak with somebody on our hotline. They can speak to you through the whole process. They can answer any questions that you have. It's definitely scary up front, but go in with those questions and be honest. Say, I think people are going to steal my kidney. Say, I think, whatever you think is going to happen, and we'll show you the truth. We'll show you the facts. We'll show you all the data. Making sure you're making the decision you want to make. It's definitely a big decision. It's definitely not for everybody, but if it's something that you're considering doing, you can save somebody's life, and it doesn't take much. So yeah, go to kidney.org. Look at what we've got.
That's right. I like that. I like that. Come on here. Push that thing. Push that thing. Put it on out there. I ain't mad at you. You ain't never lied. You know, you ain't never lied, Now, if you okay, you gave the talk and you were sincere about it. If there is there anybody out there, or anything I forgot to ask you, or anything you want to say before I ask you to give a shout out, or before I end the show, I would like to know, is there anything we might have missed? Because humor is important.
Yeah.
A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. So we're laughing through this, we're talking through this, we're being fun, but we're being serious, and we're telling you the truth. Some education is up in there, y'all.
Yeah. I would just say, yeah, I mean, living donation is super important, but even if you're not interested in living donation, make sure your kidneys are healthy. A third of people are at risk of kidney disease. They have one of the major risk factors. So just get your kidneys checked. We have that on our at kidney.org too. You can go to minuteforyourkidneys.org, but just next time you go to see your doctor, just say, hey, how are my kidneys doing? I just want to make sure my kidney health is okay. So, that's important to make sure you don't get kidney disease. But overall, I think the main thing I would say is listen to kidney patients. I have met hundreds of kidney patients and in the 6 years that I've been there, and everyone has a completely different story, and they are the most fun, energetic, happy people I've ever met. Working at a health organization, I thought it was going to be gloom and doom, but people are just so happy to be fighting for kidney patients. They're happy to be sharing their stories. Like, listen to those stories. They're the best thing in the world. So, yeah, I would definitely say, you know, check out
Wow.
kidney.org.
I always tell them, take care of your kidneys and they'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring, and health is
And
wealth.
hydrate, drink water. Too many
Please.
people are not drinking enough water. So make sure you
That's
hydrate.
right. Know your family history. Some stuff run in the family. You got to know that. You can't
Yeah.
run away from it. You can't be afraid of it or anything like that. You know what I mean? Some surprising things happen to us sometimes, and we wasn't even expecting it. But I always say, you gotta know, let your body's talking to you. You gotta listen. You know, you gotta listen. Dialysis is not a death sentence; it's a life sentence.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right. It's a good life sentence at that. Now, if you had to give somebody a shout out there, who would you give a shout out to, Dan?
Oh man. Oh, that's a great question. You know who I'd give it to? I know this is a cop out. I'd give it to my family. Caregivers are so important and they don't get the love that they deserve. I
Mhm.
was a living donor, so the care that I needed was very temporary. But there's so many family members out there who learn how to hook up people to dialysis machines, taking people to their appointments. Like caregivers really are like the unsung heroes. So I'd say all caregivers out there who like really, give a big part of their life to their family members, the best. Or you're not even family members. Sometimes it's friends. I knew a guy who I think it was like his college friend he was the caregiver for. And they were just the best of friends and it was so cute to see and yeah, I'd say they deserve a lot more love.
Wow, wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Love is important. Love can go a long way. You need your support group, you need your knowledge and your education, but child, you need that love, honey. You need
Yeah.
that wonderful caregiver. I was a caregiver 3 times. I can't say it was easy. It was not easy at all. And you got to have your wits about you and your pep in your step, even if you tired or sick, or you may have a serious illness yourself. You know what I mean? But you guys deserve the best. I did some show where I was giving out awards, and I was giving awards to the dialysis patients out there, the people that serve the community, all kind of people, because we all sometimes it's one of those thankless jobs. But to
Yeah.
see that smile on that person's face or see that victory come in their life, boy, you can't beat it. It's priceless.
Absolutely. It very much is.
Well, I will not detain you or hold you any longer. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your talent, your gift, your heroship. I ain't mad at you. I sure ain't mad at you. I'm gonna wave at you. I'm gonna take my hat off to you, salute you even. You know what I mean? Thank you for what you did, and thank you for being an encouragement, for being an example for somebody else to either do it, think about it, care about it, or just save somebody's life. We thank you. We thank every donor out there. We thank you for everybody that's looking in, listening in, or tuning in. Share this. You know, I ain't making no money with this. All these years I've been doing the shows, there's no money, but there is love, there's education, and I care about you. All right? V for victory. All right?
Thanks
See
so
you
much. Thanks
around
for having me.
town.
I
Bless your
appreciate
life.
it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Continue to do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.